Hello everyone and welcome to Knight of the Blackwater. I am Ben. Today we have the third round from the Cardiff Regional. We have myself on the left playing Tyrell against Ben Hunt on the right playing Martell Kraken. We actually played each other with exactly the same decks the day before in Bristol. Currently we're both 2-0. Pretty much a win here and you're in. On to the first... On to setups. 2-card setups, you know what that means. That's right, the Arbor. So I have the Arbor and Sir... Oh, I forgot his name now. The one that gets renowned when he's strength 5, but he's only strength 3. And Ben has set up all locations with Gaston Grey, Sunspear, and the Fiefdoms. So the Fiefdoms give you 2 gold if you go second, or 1 gold if you go first on a kneel action. Sunspear is kneel it after you lose a challenge to increase claim by 1 for the same challenge going back. And also, as we know, Gaston Grey is a discarded character. So turn a character to hand after you lose a challenge, an attacking character. And I've just got the Arbor, the lovely old art. And so Mr. Sir Fossaway, that's what I set up. So Ben's just choosing his first plot here. So we have 2 more rounds of Swiss to come, and then we have the top 8 cut. So another 5 videos after this. Ben just trying to make up his mind exactly what to play. And here we go. So we have heads and spikes from Ben. And who hits margin charge. And I'm not 100% what I've played. I'm guessing that's Late Summer Feasters are getting 12 gold. Do apologise here for the camera angles. The two, I don't think it's quite set up for the 2-player play mat which they put underneath. So I get 12 gold. The first thing I do is play a Pleasure Barge, which is trying to draw for something. I get a limited, which is the Garden of Roses. I play out a Renly Baratheon with a dupe. I get what's the name? Marge's mum. I can remember her name, as you know. Elena, is it? No, it's not Elena. And get myself a Garden Caretaker from her draw, which I believe was my only option. And I immediately pay 1 gold to put him out. Now, the game plan for this turn was whatever I do, I was not to lose a military challenge, not to lose a character, because my plan for next turn was play Ghost of Harrenhal to get Marge back, because she's a pretty important card to the deck. I'm sitting on 1 gold. Not a bad play there, getting out 3 characters and another limited location. Obviously, the other issue I've got here, though, is the Gaston Grey is going to stop me from being too aggressive. So we have another Fiefdoms played out, getting another 2 gold. Obviously, having spent 2, then get it back. So it basically pays for itself immediately. The way you like it. You get a Desert Scavenger. And I'd see I do have a Nightmares in hand there, so I have got a plan to counter the Gaston Grey. And Iron Mines. Let's say Ben's got a lot of locations, just lacking the characters at the moment. And we have, oh god, which one of the sand stakes? Getting a bit bad at these names now, even by my standards. And that's Auburn, is it? Auburn Martell? So So I flip into Varus's Riddle, I believe, to copy the heads and spikes, having unopposed the challenge. Unfortunately, I do not hit a character. And see, I kind of went into those two, trying to get Ben to trigger Gaston Grey to give me a bit of a free reign, and I get a Risen. So although I haven't really drawn any, I didn't pick any of the characters out. I have now Ben's hand's now looking pretty small, which is a good way of looking at it. So I do a power challenge with the. I forgot the unopposed power, and that is a mandatory thing to take, so that's something you can't forget, actually. So do power challenge. I don't think Ben's going to trigger Gaston Grey on this one, but it's just more of a. Almost might as well, I guess. Because I can't defend the power challenge coming back unless I put Renly in, and as I already said, I want to defend that military. And Ben chooses to pay. Now, I'm not 100% sure we actually got that right, if I'm honest, because I think she only gets to defend power when she's kneeling. But I didn't mind quite so much here, to be honest. So I win the challenge, come back with Renly, and get a draw of insight. And it says to get my ball state going for the Ghost of Harrenhal play next turn. Yeah, if you let me know about that, I think that was a mistake. I don't think she can defend the. I don't think she can defend the power challenge unless she is actually knelt, but I could be wrong. Let me know. So onto the second challenge phase. Second plot phase, sorry, I'm currently 2-0 up. And we have Ghost of Harrenhal played into Retaliation, I believe that is. Says Marge back.
Not horrendous. Draw 2.
I kind of figure it's a safe play, because even if he went to Valor that turn, which is a possibility, because my board's pretty strong, I'd still get one of the characters back, so I'm still getting a good character back. And we have a Duke for Marge, because I actually had 2 copies of Marge in my hand when he heads on spikes. As we've got on the Rose Garden played out. So Econ's not going to be a problem in this game. So both of them, and as is the Garden Caretaker. To get is it a Leno Martell out, and I get to sit on 4 gold. A Barasan, that's the one. Oh no, sorry, I did. Like, she can defend it. She can be declared as a defender in the power challenge, even while kneeling. But so the even while kneeling is a separate section. So no, she can defend. That was correct. Still think he might be better off defending with the. As there was no claim defending with the Desert Scavenger. But. So I'm going to be careful this turn, because obviously with Sunspear, Ben can easily turn a free claim. So he can really turn one of them into free claim. Now I'm probably still going to play a little bit defensive. Probably just try and get the range trigger off, and then look to just basically let's go from there. Ben's not South Econ. He's got 8 gold here. And we get Ariane Martell played in. Right here is pretty good. And so Ben's going to spend the last of his gold to put out a... I can't remember what the spear is called. Which was it? The Venomous Blade, that's it. So, which the only valid target was the Desert Scout. Was the Garden Caretaker. So that puts a token on character strength 2 or less. Printed cost, I believe. I think it's printed strength 2 or less. And yeah, it's quite frustrating. So I do a massive intrigue here now of basically everyone who's not important. Basically everyone who hasn't got a dupe, because then they can't be gassed and grade. So that is a challenge for 10. Now Ben can defend this for. Ben does compose this for 5. So we're going to trigger Reigns.
It's a really tricky choice, I must admit. You have so much thinking to do.
I flip into Game of Thrones because this is a 2-claim turn, and I do want him to be able to get 2 claim off. So with 2 intrigue icons standing, he's going to struggle to win an intrigue challenge. Currently has no intrigue icons on the board as well, so it seemed like a pretty safe bet to go, yep, your 2 claim plot is kind of wasted this turn. And we get a Maester Kelliot. We get a Maester Kelliot for claim. And Ben's only got 2 cards left in hand, so...
Really solid.
So Ben's doing a really good job of slowing me down here, but at the same time, his board presence feels a little bit lacking at this time.
Yeah, there's no exciting thing to do here, I don't think. But do that, get the thing, there's no point. Yeah, I'll trigger Ariane. Sure. Throw out Newly Made Lord. Sure. Nothing they can block.
So he triggers Ariane to get out New Domain Lord. There's no target for the New Domain Lord to destroy. Even though I think it's only a marshing action anyway, but there's no target he can kill. And I get Dom thanks to Renly, Marge, and I say a gabillion gold. So what I think I love about this deck is just the versatility of those range triggers. Once you can get them off and control the board. So we're into Turtle Type 3. We have Duel into was it First Snow of Winter?
Sorry, he's first. You have more power, don't you? Yes, by 1. By 1, so that's my choice. I'll go second.
So Ben's going second here. So I'm going to kill King Renly because then I get a Marge trigger. And who am I going to dig for? I think it's probably going to be Standy Randy. And indeed it is.
He's a pain too. It's better when you play Duel when he's out. I'll kneel him. Yeah, I know. And he gets back up again.
So that Duel in some respects hasn't impacted the board too much because obviously getting Randall out for the trigger.
You are.
But, and Ben has chosen me to go first.
5 gold.
So let's go. We've got 5 gold and the 2 reducing locations. There's a deep for Standy Randy. Yeah. Spend 1 to, I believe that is to a Taint Randall, which obviously in a range deck is pretty good.
I'm going to sit on 4 gold.
And I sit on 4 gold. So onto Ben's marshalling here. And he gains another 6 gold. So giving you 10 gold. So Ben has all the money. Those econ locations for Martell are so strong. I mean, sure, you have to run a high initiative plot curve and go second, which most people want to go second, and most of the high initiative plots are pretty good. A lot of them suffer from lack of gold, but again, if you've got the fiefdoms out, you're not really suffering from that lack of gold. So green blood trader. Draw 2 cards. Put one in your hand, put one at the bottom. See, this option is Gaston Grey or New Theon. That's a really hard choice. It goes for New Theon. That's interesting. Spend 2 for another green blood trader. He does exactly the same thing. I can't quite see what those are. I think one was a Hut was not a Hut Tree Grove, was it? Orange Grove. Spend 1 to put a fishing net on Standy Randy. That's kind of forcing me to be aggressive with him, which is going to be a pain with a Gaston on the board. Ben's going to sit on 5 gold.
First night? First night, yeah.
So Ben been quite clever there. I think getting double use out the using first night to get double use out the green blood traders to draw through the deck. Obviously, this is before Sidious Schemes is out. So I'm just making sure, just double checking my hand, making before I do the challenge, making sure I have got a Nightmares in hand. If any of you watch my live stream, see I'm a bit more considered in this kind of thing. So we got unopposed military challenge. Nightmares Gaston Grey. I have unopposed claim and renowned. Clearing Ben's board.
Same way around you've done yours. Yeah.
Growing strong to give all those characters nice +2 strength.
Intrigue. Unopposed. So unopposed. He strength. Yes.
So we've got claim, which is a Hand's Judgment. At which point I point out to Ben, you didn't use Hand's Judgment on the Nightmares. And he had 5 gold, which Ben kicked himself for. Unopposed claim and power. So
I've got 5 for Dom. You've got 5 for Dom. Unless you've got any spunky plays today. No, I have 5 for Dom. You have 5 for Dom. So draw.
and Tom is a tie there. So he's obviously Ben made a bit. Yeah, Ben made. I don't know why Ben didn't use the Nightmares there. He wasn't sure himself when it came up.
I'm so not used to getting it. Like traditionally, I just don't draw, and it's like, oh, I forgot about that entirely.
But yeah, the game's now currently at 9-1 to myself. To the handsome devil there on the left. And we're onto the 4th plot phase. And we've gone for Valor I've gone for Confiscation.
Okay. In which case, I'll do the Valor first. Do the Valor first?
So Valor comes in and yep, the 2 important characters get saved. I confiscate the fishing net. And we're down to
Draw 2.
8-1. 8-1 now. Draw 2 cards. Another Deeper for Handy. At that point now, I think I will decide I'm just going to eat a Gaston at some point.
Tywin is still out there and dangerous. Do not go near him. Do not approach. Yeah, do not approach. Can be angry. This is me first, isn't it? It is. Because you get less money that way. Do you just want to get the charge?
So I chose.
Yeah, no. Would you like to go?
So I chose Ben to go first. That reduces gold. So he's now only got 5 gold this turn. With no board presence, I think he's going to struggle to keep characters on the board of that little. So we got the Desert Scavenger. Nil for the green blood. Trigger the green blood trader.
About getting to use those twice. Yeah, when you played them out, I was like, yeah, that first move is going to be a bit annoying now. But totally worth it now. Okay. Of course, what I should have done is played out Ariane and swapped her out. That way I'd have kept one out. This is the thing, is when you're under pressure, you don't play as well. Under pressure. Because, not enough locations. I think we need more.
And we have another rosary played out there.
We've still got loads of gold. Yeah, but that's of it.
And Ober and Martell comes back out again. So got 6 gold. Spend 5 immediately for Littlefinger to get some more card draw. Looks like I drew a Heartsbane and I can't see the other card, so deep onto Standy Randy. Green blood trader. Garden caretaker. So nil. That's going to put out the Heartsbane and sit on a gold.
I make no challenges.
Ben passes his challenges. He's got no claims. It does make sense.
Intrigue.
So injury challenge with Littlefinger, which is opposed. And we have a what is it? Doran's game. So here's where I choose to do the power challenge now with Marge, trying to get him to trigger that Gaston Grey. He chooses not to. I would in the power challenge.
I'm making a deliberate choice not to use it.
So claim.
And round. Yep. And I'll stop there, Maidon. Works.
So I win dominance there because the round is standing. So it's on to 11 power to none now for then.
And in all fairness, even the new Marge is really good as well. They've done a really good job making 3 good Marges. What was it? Harpoon Marge. Harpoon Marge, yes.
And we have Cardiff Westeros into confiscation.
You're going second. You're going second, yeah. So you assumed you were, sorry. Yeah. So do you want to? So presumably you want to go. You want to do mine first, yeah. Oh, I think it's going to have to be Heartsbane because Heartsbane is just.
So Heartsbane is confiscated.
And then you go into one challenge and that's going to buff him somehow. I'm going to call power.
And I choose to use power challenge on the Cardiff Westeros.
There's not enough resets in this game.
Now, comes actually a plot I'm actually considering taking out Reigns because if I go first and I want to trigger I want to get Reigns trigger, I don't get any benefit from it. It's okay as an opener sometimes, but there might be a plot I look to change at some point in the future.
7, 8,
So I've now got 8 gold coming in thanks to Littlefinger. We have a Great Hall, and all of those. We've got Nelt to bring out Brianna Taff. I'm going to play a Pleasure Barge to dupe Brianna Taff, and then put a Lady in Waiting onto Marge. So there's all the dupes.
I spent 3 for her. Which allows me to play a second limited.
And now I get second limited, so I'm going to dupe the Arbor.
Well, you could be playing Political Disaster. It's possible. Unlikely given the
Yeah.
I'm playing, but like, you never know.
I was just joking with Ben saying that he said, "Why are you doing that?" I went, "Well, you could be playing Political Disaster." That's quite unlikely of his current board state.
The Greyjoy, the new Greyjoy event. It's opponent's one though. Oh yeah. Yeah, fair point. So me? Yeah, it's you, sorry.
So Ben's marshalling now. He's got a silly amount of money now. But unfortunately, he's starting to get the feeling he hasn't really drawn into anything he can really play out. So we have another Desert... so the Desert Scavenger knelt to bring out another Green Blood Trader. It's like a Risen, and I couldn't quite tell what the other card was.
You know why? Are you actually why I'm reviewing that? Are you still on the 3 points optimum? Am I still on the 2 points optimum? Yeah, 2 point optimum. I'm gonna have a coffee.
They've got the Blow Orange Grove played out. So Ben has seen pretty much all his econ.
No, I made one crucial mistake, which was just smashing the on his own first turn against the deck of the law at the start. Done.
And we have another Green Blood Trader played out. So Ben is drawing for answers here.
Look at these Green Blood Traders.
He's going to bounce them all back in on it as well, like LCG.
I've already, he's done it. I really did, yeah, did it for him. I paid first, no, he went Green Blood Trader, Green Blood Trader. Fair enough. It's not winning me anything, but
Filtering decks is always good.
at least so much money as well. Tyrell's a rich faction, they say. Wow.
So you have one goal played out for another Desert Scavenger. So he's just seeing all his chuds by the looks of it.
Was that a different round? I don't want to keep that up.
The Devon Scavenger's knelt.
Want to keep it up. Phrasing. We're not doing phrasing anymore. When do we stop doing phrasing?
And we have Ariane played back out again.
You're right, it's not.
Ben's still got 4 gold. He's going to spend 3 of it. For Damp, I believe that is. Yes, it is. He's going to sit on 1 gold.
You've got this.
So Ben's board state's looking pretty oppressive now. Oh, sorry, pretty wide. It's just most of it's chuds.
No. He needs what, 4? Risky. Intrigue?
So I'm doing an intrigue there for a lot.
For what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Intrigue for 12.
12, yes. Okay,
So Ben can defend fully here, but he has to put in all 3 he has to put in all his intrigue icons. Not fully, sorry, stop the range trigger because he can get up. He can get up. Oh no, 7. You can only get 7. No, he can't. Ariane is only shrink 4. So it's a big that's a big intrigue. I wonder if I'm going to go into Wildfire here to kill Littlefinger to get another Lord out.
you have a frustrating number going in for intrigue there. You're going in at 12, I can block for what? 7, which is not quite enough to stop you rainsing. It's like it's 5 off or something. Yeah. Which means
And Ben just there confirming. He's like, that's a very annoying number because I can't stop the range trigger.
you got my faction cards.
So we're going to do Reigns. And indeed it is Wildfire.
Okay, I'm going to save these 3.
So yeah, I do save Brienne.
Trigger.
trigger when Littlefinger is murdered.
Think about what I'm going to do with mine. I think some of these decisions are quite
See, looks like I say. I think the Knight of Flowers and Varies that took a bet. We're going to go with the Knight of Flowers. So I think basically 'cause that gives me renowned that can. That gives me renowned that can. I don't care if you gassed into at the moment.
I think I'm going to have a little think about that right now in this action window because that is quite an important decision.
Asking Ben if he does want to Gaston now that after we have done the wildfire.
How much power can he reasonably get off this? So he's got his renown, he's got power, he can probably win a power challenge, he can definitely win a power challenge, so he's got 3 lots of renown, power challenge, 3 power, 1 challenge, that's easy win. But if you only go with those, that's 2 power challenge, 1 left. Assuming you don't have any of that. You'd have to do that. So you've only done intrigue, right?
So 2 challenges to go.
Two challenges to go. So you could easily just go military with one of them now. I'm not going to trigger it. Okay.
So Ben is not triggering Gaston Grey.
Intrigue.
We have Claim. Not many cards left.
Right on the wrong answer.
And we have New Theon is taken.
Sure. It's a tough one. Are you going to do military?
I've done this the wrong way around. That's cost me. I should have done the power first.
Or any action first?
I think. Yes, I should have done them. That should have been a power challenge with the Knight of. Power challenge, Knight of Flowers. Oh, I'm not sure actually. 'Cause it should have been to get a low note. No, I don't think she mattered either way, did it? She was going to leave her standing if I'd done a power first.
No. Tywin's dead!
So we have military,
Bar, isn't it? Although she is 3 for opposing anyway. Yeah, it's meant to be a...
and then Barrow's taking his claim.
I'm going to pass challenges.
And why didn't I do the power challenge with Brienne? I could have won the game there. Well, Ben would have triggered Gaston Grey at that point, I would imagine.
You've got defensive stuff there, which is all sorts of fun. And a real pain.
So on to Ben's challenges. Can he stop this relentless Tyrell renowned? Obviously, this is something that probably won't exist much longer with that. Was it that new Valor Don whatever it was called, which was spoilt yesterday on the Fantasy Flight website. If you haven't seen it, it's the a new plot coming out the first pack. Valor Dorias. Anyway, you pick printer cost 10 or up to 10 printer cost or lower, and any other character is put to the bottom of your deck.
Whole game,
Yeah, I think I can see why you went for your start, but I think your start just gave me the ability to control everything.
And we have counter copies into close call.
Second.
Bringing back Mr. Fossaway because I have one in hand.
And then draw 2?
I'll
Draw
draw
3, sorry. Yeah, sorry, you're going to draw your 3 first, sorry.
It's alright.
Okay, so I get 6 gold.
So on to the I have 6 gold.
Yeah, that really swung it.
Because you'd already gone in on challenge and everything.
Yeah, I should have done it first. I kicked myself, and then when I saw it come up for pay, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I pay out Varus.
Just Friendly's Pavilion.
I get Renly's Villian out along with and a Garden Caretaker. Ben gets his silly amount of gold. Hopefully he's drawn something that might be vaguely useful now.
3 gold for Thought and Treasury. Still plenty of gold.
You've had stupid amounts of gold the entire game.
It just hasn't really...
Yeah, as Ben said, as I say, he's had so much gold the entire game, but he's just not really drawn into something that's been worth playing out. He's not seen Asher, who did a lot of work for him in the game we had the day before.
Feeling I know what I'm going to do with this.
I've lost the gold. Oh well.
Ninime Lord kills the Rennie's Pavilion, which is a little bit annoying. The one thing I played out that he could hit.
And you got Varus out just for the reset. With 3 dupes, yeah. Sounds legit. That's a fair point.
See, Ben's worried about the Varus for the reset. Really, Varus is just there because he has stealth, and it means I can hopefully get an unopposed challenge. I do not care if he Gaston grays him.
Do that. Yeah. Makes sense. Probably not going to win me anything, but
2 spent to get the, is it Mason of the Sun Spear? Or Sun Spear Mason, I want to say. When you lose a challenge of him participating, you could discard and return an attachment to the opponent's hand. So we have, this is a military challenge, because currently there is no military icons on the board.
just coming in for what, 5?
The unopposed does give me the game.
Yeah. Assuming it's unopposed.
So trying to force Ben's hand here, trying to make it, because the unopposed and or renowned will win the game. Assuming he doesn't get his Gaston grade. So he needs some way of opposing this challenge.
Have that, therefore, safer option. That's probably the best play. Matt Senator has got that. Okay.
So we've got 2 for the Prince's Plan. He's going to give a character a military icon. On this,
Risky option.
I'm just double checking how many plots we've had.
7.
So he's strength 7, so he has military icon and fully defends the challenge.
Cool.
And then we have
Intrigue stuff.
Intrigue from Viserys.
Okay. Didn't think of that at all.
And there's an Intrigue icon in hand to oppose this. And that is game. So well played there. Well played there by both Bens. And yeah, that was pretty dominant. Pretty unfortunate for Ben. He never really got into the game. But guys, thanks very much for watching. Please come back next time for round 4. And as always, it has